大家好，今天我们在北京有幸邀请到了来自于捷克的 Bastl Instrument 的设计师 Vaclav Pelousek 和 Vaclav Mach 进行一次针对于中国模块社区的特约访谈。
大家好，我是 Vaclav。
我是 Vaclav。
坐在我左边的这位是 Vaclav Pelousek， 是 Bastl Instrument 的设计师，然后在这边的是 Vaclav Mach， 是 Bastl Instrument 的开发者。那么位于今天采访的流畅度，我们接下来的访谈将会用英文进行，中文的翻译文稿将会随后发布在公众号上。So now let's begin with our interview. So the first question is, well, it's been like almost a week for you to stay in Beijing and come to China as the first time. Are there any impression you have for Beijing?
So far we have been mostly at the Modular Commune, and that's been like a very lovely experience. And what I really liked is that the event gives a lot of space for young people and like newcomers to perform, and I think that's very important for building up the community.
Yeah, you mentioned that you were mostly engaged in the Modular Commune like last weekend, and I see you there every time. So not only preparing like 2 days in the booth, and also you had like a performance in the main event, and also one in after party. Are there any impression you have for Modular Commune?
I mean, it feels like I felt really like at home because a lot of the other people who make modular synths have been my friends for a long time, and I met them all here, and also met a lot of Chinese people, and it's been very welcoming.
Well, thank you so much. And which part of the Modular Commune would you consider your favorite part?
I think the performances, and especially like the short slots where people could just like try out new things, and yeah.
All right. Another question is, there are also many independent developers from China, like Sinso, like Modular Kid, and also Coding Inspired, and like Mengqi, you know him, right? So are there any interesting product or ideas you found interesting from them?
Yeah, I think Mengqi is always inspiring. Very like great thinking behind the modules. It was great to see there is more like coding inspired, also very interesting stuff. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. So now we begin with some questions for your company for Bastl Instrument. So firstly, as a global view of the brand, can you describe Bastl Instrument in 1 or 3 words?
I think that the most important for us is to have fun with the instruments. I have fun, and also we do a lot of compact things, like compact instruments. So maybe like these 2 words would be, and maybe you.
And I can add inspiring.
Yes. Wow, inspiring. So it would be like fun, compact, and inspiring.
Yes.
Well, that's good. Make those beginners or someone else who have like a global view of the Bastl Instrument.
Yeah.
So are there any consistent goals or principles when you are designing your new product?
I think these 3 words really. I think the inspiring factor and like keeping it musical. So we try to not design like every single control from a technical perspective, but from a musical goal. So you have one knob, and it doesn't need to be like setting analog capacitors anywhere. It's like most of our designs are digital, and even the analog ones, they have some like macro controls, and there is always some musical intention behind every single control.
Yeah. So we think about the pods more like a musical controls, not like a technical controls.
Exactly.
Wow. So could you share one of the interesting story when you developed some of your product?
Wait, I need to think about this one. It's the interesting. I mean, like most recently, I was like telling this joke, but I don't know if it's true or not. But like, I was telling somebody as a joke that the Citadel was designed by a YouTube commenter.
Yeah, that's not true.
That's not true, because you designed it before.
Yes.
So if we are gonna have some new ideas or new
Yeah.
product we want to have, we can comment on our YouTube channel.
Yes, like we do follow the users, and we follow their suggestions. So we are like always happy to develop people's ideas, but this actual one was our idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was your idea.
Yeah.
Well, so name one Bastl product that's your favorite.
If it was a Eurorec module, I think I could not live without the Neo Trinity.
Neo Trinity. Yeah, it's definitely like a control center and like CV recorder, desktop recorder. Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, for me, I really like. Even though I wasn't working on it. I really like the dark matter for the way how it crunches the sound, and you can do like a lot of experimental stuff with it, noisy stuff. So that's my favorite.
Dark matter. So we are using Neo Trinity. What do you usually use that for? And are there any advanced tips for using that?
So with Neo Trinity, we were like rethinking like what modulation is and how you would want to do complex modulation from a musical perspective. So there are like 3 different ways of creating modulation, and they all have this gestural control that you can like record the knob for instance, and then it keeps repeating itself, so that it's sort of like a looper but for modulation. And I think this is like very like direct musical way of expressing yourself and translating the musical idea into the sound.
Wow, good. Then recently the Castle series, like the standalone one, are really popular among the YouTube channels and also in China. And also the study that we just released like last month. So how did you come up with an idea doing such a series of product?
Yeah, it started like many years ago when Vaclav designed the first Castle series. That was like 10 years ago. That came up like with idea to make like modular stand powered by batteries, like as compact as possible,
and also cheap and affordable for
yeah.
everyone, because modular can be expensive.
Yeah, so there was like the first Castle series, which there were 3 modules, synthesizer, drum machine, and also like arpeggio note playing machine. So the Castle 2 is like reworked the first Castle series with like more sound fidelity and more sound possibilities. So that's our like really favorite product, because it's approachable by even the beginners, but also people use it in their like live concerts as well. So even though it's like small battery powered, you can also use it for big shows.
Right, since they are like a platform, as I mentioned, you can switch firmware using a USB cable. What would be the next firmware for the Satel series and the Castle series?
Yeah,
Can we have a little bit spoiler about it?
Yeah.
Is that here?
This one.
So there's a prototype about the new series, the new firmware,
Yes.
which is called
The Alchemist.
the Alchemist. So what is the Alchemist? Can you do a little bit spoiler about it?
So the Alchemist is a synthesizer firmware. So there are 5 different synthesis modes that are very flexible, but also like very musical, and I think they complement each other well. And what I like is that you can also modulate between the different modes, and you can control like subtractive synthesis with FM synthesis, and it becomes like very natural, but it would be quite hard to do it otherwise. You would need like a lot of modular gear to be able to do these kinds of like sounds and transitions. But like here, I think it takes like over a decade of like our experience in modular synths and boils it down into something that is just like instantly fun. But there is like more than a decade of work and experience that went into making that.
Right, so there's another question from like lots of beginners when we want to start in Euro rack as first it's like it's expensive and also it's hard to like build something from scratch. So are there any beginner tips?
I think it's great to start with a semi-modular because semi-modulars typically they have everything you need to start. And if you expand from a semi-modular, I think that's like a great way to start.
Be easier to like have something pre-built, but still have the ability to patch into something else. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
So if you have to start your record from scratch and you can only buy one product as the first one from Bastl instrument, which would that be?
That one is easy. It would be the Citadel wave part.
The wave part. So this.
Which
is over here. The sampler version of the Citadel.
Yes.
Well,
because it there is a sound source. You can put your own sounds, so you can already start working with some sound aesthetic that you choose, and it gives you a lot of exploration. It has MIDI input, it has headphone output, so it has everything you need to connect with your other gear. And it's fun, and also if you expand with like 1, 2, 3 modules from that, it has a quite powerful modulation source, so it kind of can bring the system together from the very start. And if you expand from that, I think we can guarantee it will be fun, because it might be quite frustrating when you're starting, and if you get a VCO and a filter.
Yeah, that's just like a mono sound, and
it takes a while. You need quite some modules to start to have fun, but like with this one, it's fun from the start.
Like it's cheap, it's fun, and you can enjoy all those modulation and interesting parts of Modular, right?
Yeah, it combines like a lot of modules together, which you would need to get separately. Maybe like if you want to like deep modulations, you can get of course the Neo Trinity and similar products, but the wave bar can get you started definitely.
Well, the final question is share one of your favorite product or modules that's not in the Bastl series.
Like from other companies.
Yeah, from other companies.
Yeah, my favorite is the Metal Fetishist from Body Sense.
Oh, I tried that before.
Yeah, it's like an experimental drum machine. It's like a small tabletop which looks a little bit like a guitar pedal.
Yeah.
And it's like very jammable, and I use it in my performances. That's a really fun device. Also can be combined with a castle too.
Of course.
Yes.
So what's your favorite?
I think my all-time favorite have to be Electron Digitone.
Digitone.
The first one.
The first one.
I mean, the second one is great, but I think the first one
is already good enough.
It's already good enough, and that's the one that really helped me musically because it's more limited.
Yeah.
And that's been one of the most inspiring pieces of gear I had.
Yeah. Well, thank you, and that might be the end of this short interview. 那么这个就是我们这次简短访谈的最后了。那么感谢各位观看本次视频，然后可以关注一下我们公众号以及我们的频道。后续我们会更新更多的来自于 Bastl Instrument 的中文视频教程、中文官方视频教程。谢谢。